What's up guys, it's Pierre, also known as Pierre SBK71, and today we're gonna talk and discuss about a game I've really enjoyed lately, Lords of the Fallen. There's been quite a lot of talk about this game since it was announced, as it shares some similarities with the Souls games. Well, a lot of similarities actually, but the game finally released. I've played it, and this is my, these are gonna be my impressions. Alright, cool, let's start. First of all, there's no character creation. Although for me, that wasn't a problem, because I guess I was lucky in that way. Anyway, you're stuck to using Harkin, and the only thing you're allowed to do is to choose the starting class, which are the warrior, the thief, and the cleric. Also, you can choose between three specialization, which are again they focus on attack, stealth, and regeneration, defense for the cleric. It's alright, I'm pretty sure you guys just want to know how the game is, but just bear with me a little longer, have a little patience, we'll get to it, promise. It's time for the plot of the game. And that's it. Nah, just joking. Again, you play as Harkin, a guy who was thrown into a cell for stuff he did in the past, and gets also picked out from that very same cell because desperate times needs desperate measures. And I think you guys already heard something like that as the plot of a game elsewhere. Marcus Phoenix being, imprisoned for something he did, and then gets, well, whatever. Anyway, that's the basis of the plot. Before I forget, the game, storytelling-wise, the story is told throughout cutscenes, multiple choice dialogues, and it's different than the Souls game of subtle storytelling. Lords of the Fallen throws it into your face, like it's more, canonical. It may be not as elegant as Dark Souls' way of storytelling, but hey, at least it's easier to follow, Again, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just different, I'm okay with that myself. I prefer Dark Souls' way of telling a story, but the developers choose this one, and it's okay. It's not a biggie. Not worse, not better, different. And now finally the gameplay. Woo! Yeah, guys, I'm using a script this time too, because I wanted to do something more techy, and my DualShock 4 just disconnected. I wanted to do something more elaborate, so I had to take some notes, So sorry if I look down here a bit too much. Anyway, gameplay. Uh, I've heard a lot of people dismissing the game as a Souls clone, a Souls ripoff, and so on. And my 2 cents on the subject subject is, so what? I mean, for most of the people that hangs out with me here on YouTube or Twitter or whatever the site I'm in, those guys are Souls fanatics. So for us, the fact that the game borrows from our favorites, it's a plus, you know. To us, the more games we get that are similar to our niche genre, the better. Seriously, guys, the more competitive this genre gets, the more us, the players, will benefit from it. It's a good thing that actually developers are starting to dig in this genre a bit more, because as much as I love the Souls game, I also want to play something new. Not another sequel, but another take from another developer on the subject. Okay, so LOTF, oh, for fuck's sake, I hate acronyms, so I'd rather use Lords of the Fallen. Lords of the Fallen borrows some mechanics from the Souls franchise. The strategic combat, the fact that you have to learn the attack patterns of the enemy, you have to be very aware of the surrounding, its backstabs, parries, that stuff, you know, which are really Souls. Lords of the Fallen borrows these mechanics, but instead of just going, you know, the lazy way, basically doing a copy-paste, it tries to build upon those, and they try to, you know, to give the Souls mechanics a twist on their own, you know. And in my opinion, they made it. They did quite a good job, you know. Alright, this is the tech part. In Souls, these are the peculiarity of the Souls games on which Lords of the Fallen try to build upon, okay? In Souls, when you die, you leave behind a pool with the souls you collected on the spot where you died, okay? In Lords of the Fallen, when you die, you leave a pool of XP. There's no souls, there's obviously experience in this one. But here, the more time you wait before collecting it again, the less XP you'll recover. Also, the pool of XP will act as some sort of a healing beacon, so that opens up, you know, quite some mechanics, because you can rush to your pool and try to, you know, collect as much as you can, or you can just, you know, take your time and leave it there and use it as a safe spot during tougher fights, you know. Okay, about fights. As in the Souls games, the fights are determined by how much stamina you have. But here it's not only that, because you have the the option, the ability of timing your attack. Every time you attack, you see your stamina bar decreasing, and if you hit that very last, nearly when the swing lands, if you hit that sweet spot, it's beneficial for the game, for, well, for fuck's sake, for you, because the you will end you will basically consume less stamina and deal more damage. So the fact of, you know, nailing the attacks on the right timing is actually encouraged, because less stamina, more damage is good. Okay, another thing. Resting at a bonfire, I mean at a checkpoint, will respawn enemies, okay, as in Soul games, and refill your potions as in Souls games. But it's not only that. At checkpoints, you can store the XP you collected defeating enemies. And this mechanic of banking XP is actually good for grinding, you know? If you're struggling with the game, you can just go and farm an area, and it's good. Okay, not only that. Okay, every time you defeat an enemy, you gain XP. And every time you defeat an enemy, there's a multiplier that increases with each enemy slain. The more enemies you kill, the higher your multiplier goes, you know? Now, if you rest at a checkpoint, the multiplier will reset. So, you know, it's... let's say you need XP. So you go and kill enemies, and you see a checkpoint, and your multiplier is quite high, you know. You now have the option of skipping that bonfire, that checkpoint entirely, and go and try and reach the next one, or stop at that checkpoint, bank your XP, refilling your health, etc., but gaining less experience. In my opinion, it's a really good risk-reward system. It basically, all those things combined, really basically lets you craft your own difficulty. You may try and play, you know, very, you know, taking risks and gaining a lot, or you can play more safely and you know. But what about the combat itself? Because we've said you can do this and do that, but what about the actual fighting? I'm not gonna lie, it's so satisfying, guys, it's so good. Every weapon has a great sense of weight, you know. Choosing the cleric, you know, you start with this huge two-handed hammer, and using it to smash an enemy feels so good. You really have the feeling of swinging a 15 kilograms piece of metal into someone or something's face. It's great. Also the sound effects are very good, and you hear that clang. It's, oh man. Alright. Also, the pacing of the game, it's slower compared to Dark Souls 1, 2, Demon Souls. It's slower. And in my opinion, it makes sense, as since you're stuck using that guy, and that guy is a really bulky, really strong, muscular man, it makes sense to have a slower pace, because seeing him zapping through levels, jumping, flipping, and do whatever stuff like a ninja wouldn't have made much sense. I mean, Jesus Christ. Alright guys, we are almost near the end of the video, but before I wrap it up, here it is. I had the chance to have a little chat with one of the producers of The Lord of the Fallen. And I mean, guys, how cool is that? I mean, having a chat with the guys that made the game, but it's awesome. And there's such a bunch of, you know, good guys. They're really down-to-earth people. They're gamers like I am, like you guys are. And they also are very active towards their consumers. They listen to them, and they're literally just one tweet or one message on a forum away. That's how close they are. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, in my opinion, even more famous developers should do that, because in the end it's us who decide if we like a game or not. And you know, feedback is really a thing that can move mountains, you know. Anyway, that's it. In my opinion, Lords of the Fallen is a fun, it's a solid, and it's a worthy game. It's made by passionate people for, you know, other passionate people. So it's really I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed supporting those guys, because they listen to us, they care about what we say, and really it was a good experience. And most importantly, guys, they did one hell of a game. It's really fun, it's really good, you know. And alright, that's enough. Enough blah 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 for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and ciao everyone. And oh my god, I'm gonna link in the info section below me Alex Rose, Roy Taka's Halloween song, which is really good, and if you guys like The Walking Dead, it's top. Also, congratulations to my buddy Rexray for finishing to mix the album. I can't wait to hear it, man. It's gonna be so good, I'm sure of it. And that's it, guys. Thanks everyone, thanks for watching, and happy Halloween! It's the whatever, it's the 31 of October, so happy Halloween, guys. Bye bye.